partners. Now this is a surprise. I'm going to do something completely different. I suddenly feel like a quick stream, although it may drag on a bit. I'm just going to get the app up, just in case people come pop in and say hello. So I'm just, this is Elite Dangerous, which is like a almost simulation of space. There's so much in this. It's not like an arcade type game. This is more like a simulation, and there's a huge amount of depth in this game, and there's a little bit of a learning curve too, quite a steep one in fact. But there's tons of stuff. Now, one of the beauties of this game is if you press down the 4 buttons, either triangle, square, circle, or whatever on a PS4 or Y, X, B, and A. If you press and hold it, it will tell you the controls. So if you're not quite sure about the controls, you can press each one, and that will show you some of the ways to go. Now, to do the external panels, we can just swing left here, and we've got all kinds of stuff here. These are our transactions, any fines that we owed or bounties that we've got. These are contacts of people that are coming in and out of the station. We can go to our right. This is everything to do with our ship. So there's our commander name, RayRay, also, who looks remarkably like a woman. And telling you what our rank is in each of the levels. Combat I'm not great at. Trade I'm a broker, which is more than halfway through the thing, and explorer more than halfway through as well. And the idea is to get to elite status. Now, let me see if we can go into all these different sections. With the D-pad. These are all our modules we have on our ship. So as I say, it's a huge amount of detail. You can set up all your weapons to be on certain buttons and certain places. This tells you all about your ship. You can turn flight assist on and all this kind of stuff. Hyperspace, dethrottle, all these kind of things. So there's huge amount of depth in this, plus inventory. We've got cargo space, refinery modules, we've got materials that we've picked up, data that we've scanned in, synthesis, where we can say synthesize a frameshift drive injection, which means we can go further on distance. And we've got cabins, if we put cabins on the ship. And this is the status of us and our systems that we are in at the moment. So we can flick across and see how we are sort of relationship wise with some of these others, plus reputation. So this is my reputation with all 3 factions, plus some of the sort of other ones underneath. This is what we've done recently. This is our ship insurance, which is covers 95% of the cost. So instead of paying the full price, I've only got to pay 5%, which is 874,000. So all this kind of stuff within the game. Now, if we go to Hollow Me, so this is training. This is squadrons if you want to join up with people. This is the codex, which tells you everything about the game. This is news that's on. Engineers, where you can buy stuff to enhance weapons and stuff. Let's look at Hollow Me. Now this is where, and in VR this looks amazing because I got this game in VR as well. And this is create our character. So we can have male or female, we can do what we want here. So we could instantly change myself to that if we like, which is, I think is my default one for me really. Okay, and we can change our suit, all kinds of stuff here. If we zoom in like this, we can see her face. We can revolve the character, by the way. We can do all this kind of stuff. Really cool and pretty good detail here. And you've got lots of presets. You can adjust the head. There's age, detail, you name it, it's in here. Plus we've got all different kind of hairstyles, and there's a lot. I can tell you there is a lot in this game. Plus all the eyes. You can do all this stuff, so it's got a lot in it, even on just this stuff. Plus you can put decals on their shoulders, so you've got a decal there on their left shoulder. You can say what color it is, whether it's transparent, whatever. You can do what you like. Okay, and then you've got cosmetics, which is lipstick, eyes. You can do all kinds of stuff. Eyeshadow, you name it, we can do it here. There's all kinds of stuff that we can do in this. Okay, and then you can save it into different slots. We've also have, and they've sort of done the UI on this, so you can fill up your fuel here. We can go to the starport services, so we can go into here, and it's a slightly little bit of a loading screen. And we can get a load of missions in here. So you've got commodities market where you can buy and sell stuff. So if you go from, say, a technological place to an agricultural place, you can sell your technology goods at higher prices at in agricultural systems. So you can buy and sell all this kind of stuff. You can also compare stuff. So this is a mission board where we can do missions, and they're all different types. So you can actually do a filter here and do whether you want to do legal stuff, illegal, combat, transport, aid, all kinds of stuff. Now, I tend to do transport a lot, so you're going to come in and you're going to get 225,000 there for just delivering that, just 9 light years. So you've got all this kind of stuff. But I'm going to show you the tutorial in a moment. So let me go to the right hand panel. Oh, by the way, there's an up panel as well. So there's also, these are things that are happening in the system. So as you enter a system, you might get some information from the security saying they're scanning you or whatever, or if somebody tries to attack you, they may just respond to you. And then we have matchmaking stuff, squadron stuff, all kinds of stuff. But generally, I just keep on that one. We also have a down button as well. This is where we can go down below and get into an SRV and travel onto a planet. So I'll be doing all that kind of stuff. But what I'm going to do for the moment is I'm going to do one of these tutorials. Now we're going to do a training simulation. Okay, now there are a lot of them. So there's a pilot assessment, which is the new one that's been put into the game, which I hadn't done, but I've just done it, and it's really good general assessment of your basic flight. So normally you would start off with basic flight. That will teach you all the basics of how to start off, get in your ship, take off, fire a weapon, all that kind of stuff. And then you've got docking and travel, then you've got combat, mining, so there's all different things. Launching you can actually carry a small aircraft in your ship, which you can launch, and you can actually take over that ship and help to defend your main ship. Or you can be in your main ship and watch this other fighter help you out. But we're going to try this one, because this is a new assessment one, which is rather excellent. So I'm just going to show you this. So I just thought I'd do this because I do like space games as well as RPGs and survival. And although this is quite technical, this is pretty technical, this game, so it takes a little bit of learning because there's a lot to learn. Right, now, we start off.
Make yourself comfortable while we finish some preliminary ship checks. My name's Theo Acosta, and I'll be running your Pilots Federation evaluation. Most pilots assigned to me earn their license, so as long as you follow my instructions, you'll be a commander in no time. Oh, and before you ask, I may sound like an Imperial, but I'm actually from an independent system. Today we'll be covering the basics of flight control, combat, and frameshift drive use. This Sidewinder has been installed with a specialized computer that'll take control at certain points. Mostly you'll follow a series of objectives to guide your actions. These are shown in the info panel at the top right of the head-up display. Okay, you're good to go. Select auto-launch from the options ahead of you when you're ready.
So once you've done those sort of beginning tutorials, it tells you basic flight, docking, and all this kind of stuff, then you get this little assessment, which is rather cool, because I only completed this the other day. So we press auto lock. This will actually, I could take my hands off the controller here, and this is purely doing it all by itself.
Enjoy the view. One of the ways that technology allows us to appreciate the good things in life.
So if you right click, I can look around.
Each of the coming stages can be completed at your own pace.
As you can see, it's pretty high detail, and I haven't even got this on high detail. So it will automatically wait in a queue if somebody is coming through, and we've got to go out on the green side, not the red side. So this is to make sure that incoming ships don't hit you as you're going out. So you stay to the right hand side here, a bit like traffic lights, and obviously this is the retaining the atmosphere here. So this is a shield which is separating you from space. So out we go, and yeah, we can sort of look at we're leaving the space station, which is huge, by the way, and you'll appreciate it even more in VR. I'll tell you, because it is massive.
For so long, humanity gazed up at the stars in wonder. We're not distracted by one of Earth's many wars, and now we glide between them without a second thought.
Okay, right.
Here we are.
So auto launch is completed. It takes you
basic ship
2 kilometers.
A ship's trajectory is primarily controlled by pitch, yaw, and roll. Perform each of these now.
Right, so we can do roll like this. Okay, we can move slowly, and then we can just do this one. If you just move slowly, you can do that, and you can also go up and down as well. Okay. So I think that's it. We done all that? So you can do all this stuff. I think that's all it wants us to do.
Now increase your throttle
just wanted
to
us to go a
accelerate
little bit
forwards.
We'll press RB to put, and you'll see on the right hand side there, you'll see that little gauge going up. So we're going forward. So that's
decrease the throttle
left
to
and right
resume a
button.
stationary position.
So now we decrease the throttle all the way down. If we
Your
go
throttle
further
can be
than
pulled
that,
back
it
from
will actually go
zero to engage
backwards.
reverse thrust.
So if I press like that, we will actually go into reverse thrust. Okay? So let me increase it back again to normal. Okay? It wants us to do a little bit more, I think. Okay.
As before, push the throttle in the opposite direction to cease moving.
There we go.
Inputs confirmed.
Okay, we've done that.
Looks like you've got the hang of individual controls. Let's see if you can put them all together. Your next task is to guide your
Of course I
ship through a
can.
series
Right,
of
so now
checkpoints. Head towards the course.
we have some
following the target's
checkpoints.
indicator.
What we have to do, we have to fly through these
And
rings.
is designed for the novice pilot.
Okay, now you could go fast if you want, obviously. But, you know, we're going to do a lot of very tight turns around this space station. So, you know, you can boost forward a little bit, and if we press the B button, we will actually go
Fly through the center of the
a lot
first
faster.
checkpoint. You'll notice that they change colour as you
Go
fly
through the centre, which is roughly that sort of middle of the cockpit area. So we just fly through each one of these targets, and we can roll, spin, just go left and right, do whatever you want.
And
So you
we're
can,
off.
you know,
There's
roll,
no time
do
limit,
all
so
kinds of things
maintain
like
a
this.
comfortable speed while you familiarise yourself with the
So you've got
controls.
to try and maintain a nice comfortable speed. I quite like this new training thing. It's really good. It's like a little assessment just to check that the things you've learned in the basic ones are right. And it does like confuse you because some of these, you know, flick around a bit, and I did get a little bit lost on a couple. But it should highlight the next one.
Rolling and
hopefully.
pitching together is the most efficient way of turning rapidly.
So, you know, I don't know whether you're supposed to be facing the arrow up, or I don't really know, but you can do. You can go through these how you like. I presume that one's next. So again, we can roll. So it's a little test of your skills, and obviously, you know, if you want to show off, you can do it really fast. I'm going to be a little bit careful. And you can, you know, go in an angle, but I'm going to sort of go through fairly straight because I think that will help us lead towards the next one. So, you know, just go a little bit forward. So we're kind of straight onto it. Just make turning for the next one a little bit easier, I think. So we can sort of line them up a bit like this. Now, I don't know whether we're supposed to turn towards the arrow or
It's
not.
good practice to consider the angle and speed of your approach. See the blue marker beside the throttle gauge? This indicates the optimum turning speed.
Yeah, this blue area on that throttle gauge indicates a safe sort of speed to travel at. Okay, and we got to watch we don't hit stuff like this. So, you know, you can sort of swivel and turn. And some things are disabled during this, so you can't do certain things that you would normally do in the game, just so that you can... now, I'm not sure where our next one is. There it is. Okay, so I've got to just turn a little bit quicker. So that gets a little bit tight now. So you can always turn the speed down if you're in a bit of trouble. I'm not sure what that does. I'm not sure if that gives you a boost of some sort. Not quite sure. Oh no, it's just like solar panels or something. But yeah, as you can see, we got to watch we don't hit stuff as well. So it's a test of your manoeuvrability. It's rather good. This I quite like it. And it's not just this. It does
You're approaching a particularly sharp turn, so I advise slowing down to prevent any mishaps.
Mishaps. So yeah, this is a tight turn here. So we got to be careful here. Because we're going into here, look. So as you can see, a very tight turn, so we've got to be a bit nimble about this. This is why it told you to slow down a bit. Okay, so yeah, this is a good test of your pilot skills. I quite like it. So it's a nice little test after you've done the tutorial, isn't it? So you can say, well, right, I've pretty much nailed the control of the ship. Which you will need to at certain times in the game, obviously, especially if you're doing combat. You need to be good at all this stuff, and avoiding crashing into things and whatever.
Your ship's boost function
Okay, now we can boost a little bit
speed,
now because we're coming up to the last one by the look of it. So we can do a boost here, which will boost us rather rapidly towards this, but obviously it will speed us up enormously.
That's the last checkpoint. The Sidewinder
There we go.
is an agile craft, and you handled it well.
And if I ship, although I can't do it
on the
actually.
sensor display in the center of your dashboard. This represents a nearby beacon, which you'll soon scan as part of your evaluation. Target the beacon before we continue.
Right, so first of all we're going to press and target this beacon.
Link scanner to analyze the beacon, but you need to deploy hard points first.
So we press X. So this is Xbox, so it's going to be an X on.
Most external modules are installed on hardpoints, including weapons. Control is back with you. The beacon is relatively small, so you'll need to position yourself close to it.
Okay. So we can. So it will disable certain controls and things just sort of like. Now we can get close, but obviously we don't want to smash into
we
it.
intend to scan the object, not become one with it.
Right, okay, we're gonna stop there and then we're gonna right trigger to scan it, I do believe. Have I... It says RT there, it's not working. Have I got the wrong... I may not be close enough. Oh.
You can scan the beacon now.
Oh, well, I wasn't close enough. Okay.
Well done.
There we go.
The data link scanner
So that's
is a
how you
versatile
scan
tool
stuff.
that connects with network interfaces and various data points. You need to move
press
to
A
another
and then
area
you
of this
right
star
trigger.
system to continue your assessment, pilot. Rather than travel for the next year using your thrusters, you can employ the ship's frameshift drive to increase your speed by a few orders of magnitude. First, ensure that the ship is correctly secured. Your landing gear, cargo scoop, and hardpoints must all be retracted.
So you retract your hard point by doing that, and you'll see the stuff go back in. Right, we can. Good idea to charge up your speed to full, and then we press Y to engage our frame shift drive, which is what FSD stands for.
3, 2, 1, engage.
I hope you can hear the voices in it. Okay.
All readouts look good. You're now accelerating towards a velocity comparative to the speed of light, measured in c. Supercruise is used to navigate within a star system, allowing you to cover significant distances in minutes. Usually you'll retain control in Super Cruise, but on this occasion your ship's computer is following a preset path.
Yeah. So at the moment, see, you can disable this if you like to fly manually.
Yourself with a couple of the cockpit panels available to you. In the top left
For
of your
now,
HUD
we'll just
is
go
the
along
comms
with this.
panel, which displays pilot communications and contacts across several channels. The top right, that's your info panel. Entries here mostly relate to your ship's status, computer messages, and events happening around you. Ah, there we go. Welcome to Lightspeed.
So there is our velocity meter there. Okay. And yeah, and all the time we're doing this, we can look around, and as you look on this right hand side, the panels will open up automatically. So, but if we or we can use the right. This is all doing it
These are used to help you
completely
actually disengage at your
autonomously.
destination.
We are having no control. This is something that you can engage or not engage.
Your next lesson will
For the moment,
introduce
we're
the
just going to
basics of
allow it to
combat.
do it on its own. It will
Several
bring you within a
static and
certain
mobile
distance.
targets will be provided around a decommissioned megaship. We'll also cover some situational information about weaponry and target tracking. And yes, you'll get to shoot those weapons you saw earlier.
Oh, great! So we're approaching a planet now, and this is modelled on our solar system, by the way, and our universe, in fact. So
Astronomical
all
bodies
these
have a gravitational effect
places
on the
we can go
FSD,
to,
reducing
although a
your
lot of them
ship's speed.
are made
The
up,
closer the
of
body,
course.
the greater the effect.
So that gravity also takes effect, unless, of course, you're a flat earther and you don't believe in it. And things are round. Okay, that it.
The frameshift drive is
Okay, so
disengaged.
there's a
Welcome to
structure
the
here.
combat zone. Before you start
Right.
shooting, however, try analyzing the megaship with a data link scanner.
Alright, so we press A to target it, and then we right trigger to scan it. And this scans some of the points on the ship. Okay. Right, and then we, what's it say? Analyze, yeah. I just did it. I do believe. Maybe I was not quite close enough. So let's go a little bit closer. Analyze the megaship with a data link scanner. I thought I did. Oh, maybe I didn't do it long enough. Ah, yeah, I released it too early. It's got to go right to the end, look. My mistake. So it's identified these
It's often worth
targets.
scanning objects you're unfamiliar with to learn more about them. Next, you need to activate your weapons by cycling to a different fire group.
So we are going to press X and then press R, right button to
notice that
switch
your
to
weapons are now listed
burst
on your HUD.
lasers and
Fire
multi-cannons.
groups allow you to manage your hardpoints
So
efficiently.
right trigger is burst,
Let's
left
begin
trigger
the
is
combat
multi-cannons.
evaluation. Destroy several of the canisters.
Right, so we can use either. So we can fire with this one, which is like short thrust. And by the way, if you press the D-pad and put more into
All weapons have an
weapons,
effective range, so you may need to move closer here.
although I don't think it's disabling that. Right, or we can use the multi-cannons like this. Okay, so we're just going to destroy a few of these. Got to do 5, I think.
Try targeting the canister you're aiming at.
Oh, I didn't target it. That would help, wouldn't it?
Thrusters are particularly useful for navigating around large structures.
Right, target
Why not
that
give
one.
them a try?
So you got the pulse one, which does little pulses like this, which takes a
Your
bit of
cannon
time,
will
or you can use the
automatically
multi-cannon,
reload
which is
until the ammunition supply runs out.
or you can use both.
Meanwhile, your laser
Totally
will
up to you.
fire until the capacitor is depleted, at which point it will need to recharge.
So the multi-cannons will obviously have to reload at some point. So I say you can use both or either. That was reloading at the moment, so we have not access to that one. Now we have again. Okay, it's 4 out of 5. And then the last one. And it depends. If a ship has shields, a burst laser can damage shields and do some damage. A multi-cannon will do more damage if you have no shields.
Pilot Federation as target practice, and they're quite harmless. To continue, bring the craft into your sights and open fire.
Right, okay. What's it say? Destroy the unshielded drone. Right, okay, let's move towards this.
I recommend
Drone,
targeting your opponent during combat.
Oh, hang on. Is it there? I don't think I'm near enough, actually. I think it's behind there, so let me... It's actually behind the ship there, so... There we go.
Notice how your reticules
Okay.
move towards your target. Your ship's gimbaled weapons offer a degree of aiming assistance.
And if you look on the radar there, you'll see that the object we marked has got little sort of signs either side of it, which means... And they sort of lock on some of these weapons. And yeah, we will have to move with it, of course. And of course, if it goes behind this ship, then obviously we've got to go around it a little bit. If you keep in the blue zone, that will increase your chances of... And obviously he's going to try and dodge us here. But yeah, we can use either weapon. There. I want to keep it inside that reticule railing.
Target destroyed.
There we go.
Nice work.
Alright, so there's a little
You may have
combat
noticed that
kind of thing.
multi-cannons are effective against unshielded targets. Another craft has arrived. This one is fitted with a shield generator. Helpfully, your burst laser is a thermal weapon, which excels at stripping away a target's shields.
So this time we've got another one, and it looks like it's around this ship again somewhere. Where is it? Somewhere around the back there, so we've got to manoeuvre ourselves in the way, of course. I try not to let this training thing go on for too long. I don't think it goes on too much longer. Right, just slow down a bit so we don't go way past it. But as you can see, this is a great simulation. Yeah, press A, and then we can... Now this is shielded. Now for bringing down shield, it's best to use the pulse laser, and you'll see the 3 rings to our left on the object there, which is a shielded drone. You see, as you can see, look, a shielded drone, harmless, clean, no faction, in other words. And we've got to keep it in that reticule and then it got to fire. Right, no shields. Now we've got no shields, we can start using the multi-cannon. But we can also still use the pulse one, because the pulse one is effective against hulls as well, although less effective than probably the now this one's overloaded, overheated the burst laser, so it will overheat. And that one will leave down. So you can sort of ease off a bit if you see it's nearly
Consider me impressed.
overheated there.
Your final target has dropped into the area. This time your opponent will fight back, but its damage capability has been greatly reduced. Your target will not react until it registers shield damage. Engage when ready.
Right, looks like he's... Now, there's a combat drone there, so I'm going to go a little bit faster, just like it's making it a little bit harder because it's sort of trying to hide behind this ship here. Now, it's the orange blob on the radar there. You'll see it's in sort of 3D. Right, we're going to fire at this guy. He's got shield, so we need the burst laser, and obviously we've got to try and keep it in that reticule. We'll try and get, if we stay in the blue zone, we'll have more maneuverability. And don't waste firing it when you're not within that reticule circle. So he is going to try and dodge around this huge structure. So yeah, we got to keep an eye on him, and so this is just a little test of your skill and your orientation and whatever. And come into that blue area again on the speed. So he's going to test us a little bit, this guy. So we want to get these shields down if we can. If you push the right trigger up, you can actually accelerate yourself up and turn a little bit quicker. Now normally you can adjust how much you put into, how much power you put into weapons. I don't think it's allowing us to do that at the moment, but you can do that manually. Right, now that his shields are down, we can now fire both. Obviously, we'll try and get the reticule circle over its circle, so that it kind of allows for, you know, if it's going down, it's obviously the circle is going to be over it. Just wait for that one to reload.
Target destroyed.
There we go.
That was the last target. Even if you're planning on a peaceful career, understanding the basics of combat is vital for a pilot's long-term survival. For advanced combat information, you should refer to the pilot's handbook, which we'll cover in more detail soon. The next step of your evaluation involves a hyperspace jump to a neighboring star system. On this occasion, your ship's computer has selected your destination for you. We'll cover selecting destinations manually soon. The mass lock indicator on the bottom right of the dashboard is active. This means a large object is in close proximity.
You see it says mass locked in blue?
To resolve
That means
this,
we're close.
throttle up to move a safe distance away from the megaship.
Yeah. So we're... Obviously it has
Remember,
mass.
you can boost to temporarily increase your
We
ship's
can
speed.
boost using our B button to boost towards the target once it's charged up. You won't be able to do it when there's not enough energy in there. You notice on ENG, on that panel on the right, it's got to charge up a certain
When
amount
you are ready to travel
before
light
we
years in
can
seconds,
use boost again.
engage the FSD.
Not enough energy yet, it's got to get near enough to the top. Right, now that we're far enough away, we could press. Now we have our hard points deployed, so we have to retract them by pressing X, because you can have weapons up, because obviously you're flying at tremendous speed and that thing may get torn off. So we have to be as compact as possible. Right, and
Frameshift drive charging.
we're just going to charge up our frameshift drive, which is going to zoom us at light speed, which of course will be possible at some point. Although not for about another 500 years probably, if it's ever possible. Okay, so now you notice now we're flying at ultra fast speed, and you know galaxies and things are flying by. All right, it's not the most realistic; it's kind of like tunnel-like, but it kind of gives you an idea. Now we're heading towards a sun here, so we could get fried to pieces. Okay, the hyperspace thing is automatically de-throttles.
Never let the simplicity distract from the marvel humanity has achieved. Your next stop is Quello Station. This time we'll employ the Supercruise Assist module to guide your approach. Open the external interface panel to your left and select the Navigation tab. Highlight the starport in the location list and then select Supercruise Assist. It's the second option.
So, using our D-pad, we can just flick across, and this is our galaxy map, system map. We click across to the blue highlighted one, we select that, and then we press the Supercruise one, which is this one here. See, Supercruise Assist?
Exit the external panel
We
and start
click
over.
that one.
You can take your time to familiarize yourself with the panel control. Never mind, you've got it. With the destination selected, throttle up and aim towards your target. The compass to the left of the sensor display will help you orient yourself. Good. Your
There we
ship
go,
is now
and then you
bound
can,
for
well, you
Quello
can do what you
Station.
want, you can rotate as long as you're heading towards that, and I say it's roughly in the middle of the cockpit there, in that lower section. Now it will just do it all by itself, so I can just take my hands off the controls, I can look at my other panels and just look at stuff.
Let's
You know,
take
I
a
can do
moment
all
to
this.
review
This
the
is,
interface
you
panel
could
for
turn
user
it on and
share.
off with this. You've
The external
got,
panel
you know,
is primarily used to
all kinds of
interact
stuff
with the
like
galaxy
that.
around you. For example, you can access maps, display contracts, and review nearby objects. Meanwhile, the internal panel displays information about you and your ship. You can adjust module functions, check your records, and access the codex, among other things.
Which is over here. So we can, if we look at our, so as it's just saying, we could, you know, we could play something on, say, the news or whatever. We could
New
sort of
pilots
play
often
something
wonder
on
what
here.
their first step into the galaxy should be. The pilot's handbook is a great source of help in this regard. It details a variety of professions and how to outfit your ship for them. The handbook also offers advice on various ship functions that aren't covered in this evaluation. You can find the pilot's handbook in the codex, accessible on the home screen via the internal interface panel. The trails moving around you are FSD wakes. Your ship is also emitting one. The position of each correlates with their respective sensor display icons. In a moment, we'll be going through the docking process. This will cover docking permissions and a standard landing pad approach.
So we're going to align with the target, like so. Slow down, then we press Y, disengage the drive, and here the station will come into view.
This is the final stretch. You'll dock here shortly, but I'd like you to position your ship near the starport's access corridor first.
So we're going to approach
Starports
it.
are the backbone of humanity's operations throughout inhabited space. They provide mission boards, the commodities market, a number of specialized contacts, and various ship facilities. Most pilot business is conducted via the Starport Services interface. I recommend familiarizing yourself with this screen when docked.
Okay, so we just got to go a little bit. Let's go a little bit quicker. So I think we're aiming for that target area there, which is going to sort of centralize us a little bit. You see, it's gradually pulling us in. So, in other words, we're central to it. Now, I played this game when it originally came out
Hold position here.
on
I'm
PC.
trying not to block the access
original game.
corridor.
So we obviously got to
We'll be
decrease.
using the docking computer for this landing. You can always dock manually in future, of course, but
Obviously,
practice
it's
in a training
rotating.
simulator first. Whichever method you use, all ships must seek docking permission before approaching a landing pad. To request docking permission, open your external interface panel and select the Contacts tab. Then select
We'll
Quello
go to the
Station in the
contact
list,
pad.
followed by
Use
Request
the
Docking in
D-pad
the
and the right
information
and
panel.
left button to switch between each one, and then we move the D-pad down to request docking. And you've got to request docking. If not, the station will fire at you and destroy you. So you must have
The
permission
compass
to
will
get
point
in.
towards your
Then
designated
the
pad.
docking computer will take over.
Ships need to be within 7.5 kilometers of a starport for a docking request to be considered.
Yeah. So you have to be at least 7.5 kilometers near to the target. Anything further than that and you will not be able to do this docking maneuver, so you have to go a little bit closer. Now while this is going on, we can actually disable this this actual module which is doing this auto, where is it? I can't remember it is now, but somewhere in here there is the thing to disable that flight assist, which is doing the auto dock. But we can fly in manually, in which case as you're approaching you've got to come in on the right hand side where the the blue traffic light is. If you go on the left hand side, something may come out and smash straight into you, and it will be your fault, and they will take action against you and possibly fire on you. We will do a manual.
The docking computer will now demonstrate a safe landing procedure. Let's review what it's doing.
So
Landing gear
it
must
said
be
docking
deployed.
bay
The
3.
related dashboard
Yeah,
indicator
docking bay
lights up
3.
that this has been done.
I say you can look
Landing gear
around.
deployed.
It is ginormous. And these are like plants growing here on these tall
In a moment,
structures.
the sensor display will switch to the precision approach display, which helps you accurately set belly down on the
And
landing
when you
pad.
get a certain distance and it starts to come down within a certain amount, you'll get this precision thing come up, and you have to be within that small circle in the middle.
Engaging pad restraints. Let's get your ship ready. Congratulations, Commander. Your evaluation has been successful, and a license is being assigned to you as I speak. We just need to finalize your credentials. Enter the hangar to exit this evaluation.
Okay, so we can flick across over to here to go to the hangar.
It's time to blaze your own trail across the galaxy. The manner in which you do so is up to you.
Again, you can look around. As you can see, graphics are looking pretty good. This is on like normal mode, okay? Now we can end that simulation, okay? And this will take me back to where I was in my game normally. And we just get a nice little revolving thing. This is my ship that I currently own, so this is what it looks like. Okay, so we're back at where I was, where I normally am in the game. So, if our fuel is not full, we can just click on these. We can go to repair, all this kind of stuff. Or we can go to stop surfaces, and that is to return to the surface. This is the auto launch. Now, I don't have to do the auto launch, of course. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a mission. So we're going to go to Starport Services. And yeah, it's a little bit of a wait. Obviously things have got to load in, so... But it is much quicker than it used to be, I'll tell you. Now, we're going to go to the mission board. Now, passenger lounge if you want to pick up passengers, but I haven't got... passenger space on this, and I don't think this is a passenger craft. Now, our livery, this is where we can change the look of our craft. So we can choose an SRV, which you could have on your ship. If you look at the top part of my cockpit there, you'll see that's where I normally sit. The lower part is where our SRV is, and this is where we will transfer to go to an SRV. So we can press on our ship. I mean, you probably know all this, but these are people who don't really know the game that well. And obviously it's got to load in a little bit. There's obviously loading screens, but those will be eliminated hopefully on the next generation. So we can flick through all these different things. Now this is our colour. We can change our colour to whatever we like, whichever ones we've bought. And if we haven't got them, now this is the only one I've got, but if we want to buy these are like microtransactions. So as you see on your right, this new currency called ARC, and you can do a preview of it by just doing that, and that will take away that little box there. But yeah, you can do little previews of all these things. Okay, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to. I mean, I bought a couple with the free money that I had at the start. So already it gave me some free arcs. These are the decals that you can put on your ship. So if I click on that one, you see it will switch to it. So we can change that, and I've just got Xbox on that one, and I've got Surveyor and Trade, so these are my trade ones. You've also got things like ship kits, which are things that you can buy. I haven't gotten it at the moment, but these are all like wing tips and things that you can add just to customize your ships. This is identification, and again we can put it in all these different places, but I'm not going to do any of that. On my SRV, which is my I don't know what SRV stands for, but it's when we're on planets, because we could also land on planets with this. Not atmospheric planets, but non-atmospheric. And I have got a few different colours here, so I can swap between them like this. So I can click on that one there, okay, and choose that one. Because I bought a little pack where it had a few things with it. So that's what the livery is. That's for just recolouring and whatever. That's your Hollow Me, which I told you. That's the store if you want to buy some more with real money, which I don't particularly support. Remote Workshop. This is where you could upgrade your ship, but you've got to collect certain materials before you can upgrade. But if you give an engineer the correct materials, he will upgrade your ship and make it fly faster, be tougher, have better shields, all this kind of stuff. Outfitting is where you can add stuff to your ship. So I've got certain weapons that are, on my ship at the moment, and I can adjust all these from here. So these are all my ship's weapons here, so I can adjust these, buy better ones, do what I want. Okay, but I won't worry too much about that. The shipyard is where we can buy new ships. I have, how much have I got in this game? I've got 24 million, so I'm not doing too bad. But yeah, you can flick between them with using the D-pad. You've got an Eagle, a Hauler, which is more for trade, Adder, which is, it tells you information on all this stuff. If you flick to the right there, you can yeah, I think you can just do that. Flick to the right, you can just see what things are connected to it. So there's all that kind of stuff you can do, and then you've got advanced maintenance. But we're going to do a mission. And I tend to do trading ones. I'm not so mad on the combat. I'm not bad at combat, but I'm not great. So maybe we won't do that. So I'll just do transport. and we just do a quick mission. So, and there are different factions. Okay, so this is the superpower connected to this to the main superpower is the Federation, but this is like a company working for the Federation. Okay, but you also increase the Federation rank and also the system influence rank as well. So we have a 208,000 one there. We have a couple of these are just sort of like information that you can carry. There's a 9. I'll tell you what, we'll do this one. Let's not hang around too much. And it will tell you hostile ships may be sent against you and mission failure could lead to a fine. And you can have a choice of 3 different rewards. You can either have just the money, which increases your reputation and influence. You can have some a couple of hardware units that you can sell. So you have less money, but you got things that you can sell, which also increase your influence. Or you can just do have very little money, but do a bigger influence on your reputation. So I'm going to accept it. Now, once you've done that, we have to collect the items. So we move our using the D-pad. We move to there, and then we press it to the right to collect the items from this station, and then we press, and that means we've now picked them all up. Okay. So they've been collected. Okay, so we can go back. And if we move to the left-hand one, and then you notice this is highlighted now, which means you've taken the stuff from this particular one. Okay, and it highlights it there. But I'm going to move to the left now. When you've got your transaction there, now you don't know. We could look at the galaxy map. I tend to accept it first, then open the galaxy map, which will immediately pick that location you have to deliver it to. So that saves a lot of fuss. And then we can just plot a route to that. Okay? Now, we haven't been to the place before, so therefore it won't give us details on it, but we can buy it for 100 if we want to. We can bookmark it if we want. Okay, so it's now locked in on that particular place. Okay? And there's our mission there. And these are separated into missions, passengers, fines and bounties. Or you can do the whole lot. Okay, so we're now locked in on this station, and now going to return to the surface, and I'm going to do this time manually. You notice we have our, if you look on the far right side where it says fuel, below it is mast locked, which means we're very close to this ship, so therefore we can't super cruise away yet because the mass of the object will stop it. And then we have our landing gear on. So to move to go up, we push our right stick up, and I think, oh no, we come out of that. I think I've got to try and think now. Do you know, I've forgotten how we do it. How do we do it now? I think I won't do auto launch. Let me. I'm going to turn off. Can't remember where the auto thing is. I think it's here. We're going to turn that off, I think. Flight assist off. Okay, and auto dock off. Okay, and auto launch off. I'm going to turn all these off. Now, flight assist I might keep on. So we're going to do it manually now. So we can turn these on and off. This is rotational correction. This is dethrottle. All this kind of stuff. You can turn all these things off. Now we just got to go to launch. Okay, now we're ready for launch. We could also look outside our ship. Okay, but I won't do that now. Right, well, we take off. First of all, we push up on the joystick to gain speed, and there might be something above our heads. Sometimes there's like a spike thing there, which we've got to keep an eye out for. So we want to gain a little bit of speed here. And then move up towards the centre of this station. Watch out for other vehicles. And then we can rotate around like that. And because we have an atmosphere in here, it will not spin or anything. We're actually going with it. And then we can move to our right. We need to remove our landing gear. So we press the B button and the D pad. Now we will go a little bit faster because they are retracted. head towards this green area. Obviously don't get too close to the edge there, otherwise our wings will clip it. And we're going to just go out like this. Now once we come out, we are now rotating, because the whole station is rotating. So now we can boost away a little bit, press boost button to push us away, because we're still mass locked at the moment. We're going to boost again. So I hope the sound is loud enough. Let me just turn it up. It sounds a little bit quiet to me. Little bit quiet. So let me just check my headphones. Just a second. Oh no, it's loud-ish. Right. Okay. Now you're wondering, right? Where are we going? You're wondering. Well, the thing is, and by the way, I've got little bobblehead things on my dash. You see, there's like the planet Earth there. I'm not sure where that is, Saturn or Jupiter. And then we have a set of Venus or a Mars there. I think it's Mars. So we have little bobbleheads as well, as you can buy. Now, if you look at just between the Earth and Saturn, you'll see a small circle there with a little crosshair on it. You see, and if we move down, you will need to see that little blue dot. If you line up that dot in the center there, that is where we're supposed to be heading. So we're going to put on full throttle. Okay, once that is charged up, we can press Y to... Oh yeah, we still have hard points put up, our weapons or whatever. So we retract them first. And off we go. And that's our like AI voice that tells us things like you're being attacked or your shields are down.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Now, if we press and hold B and press the right one like this. Oh no, we can't do it in hyperspace jumps. And yeah, you can see all the galaxies and things are flashing by. Okay, now it automatically de-throttles. Before it didn't used to, but this is a new part of the new updates that they've had on this game is if you have a special if you actually have a fuel scooper, you can scoop fuel pure hydrogen from the sun, and obviously if we get too close to the sun it will start heating up and burning up, and it also has gravity as well. Now we're just going to throttle away a little bit, and then I'm going to go to the galaxy map, well the system map, because we got to go to the station where we're supposed to go, which is the one that's highlighted in there, just there. So you notice that's the place where we have to go, so we're going to target that. Okay, that's what that circle means. Alright, that is our mission point. Okay, I can't remember what these things are here, but that must be, I think that's a freighter or some sort, or you know, one of these very large ships. But all these planets we can zoom in like this. That one we cannot enter because it has an atmosphere, and we can't go onto atmospheric planets. We can only go on the ones with the blue rings, or we have the Horizons expansion, which allows you to land on planets. If we zoom in like this, you notice there's nothing on it. We can also have an orrery map where we have this, where we have the actual orbits, and we can move between it like that as well. So we can also do this. So you can flick between these. So this is where we're heading. Okay, but you notice there's no information on it. Right, so we head towards that little, see the dot on that little small circle? We're locked in onto this place here. So now we're super cruising at high velocity towards it, so we can adjust our speed. If I push down on the D-pad, you notice it equalizes the systems, the engineering and the weapons on your right there, next to mass locked. You have 3 orange dials there. And we can push up with the D-pad, and we can increase the power to the engines. or we can increase the power to the weapons, because when you're firing weapons, if you put full power into weapons, you can do more damage for longer. But we're going to stay on the sort of default setting, which is a bit of each. And if your shields are down, if you put more into the system, it will regain your shields quicker. So there are all kinds of functions. As I say, this is like a simulation. So we're going manually now. We're not flying auto. It does have a auto throttle, I think an auto shut off. I can't remember. We may have to slow down here. And this is a little bit of a journey to get there, because obviously this is, you know, ridiculous amount of speed. But we haven't explored any of this stuff. Now, if I slow down, okay, and I press this button, it says enter FSD mode. Now, what this means is, first we need to press A. Now, this is the new system on this, where we can scan around. Oh, we can't press and hold it, sorry. You have to do a pulse first that will scan things in the area, and then we can go to each one of these sections, and then what we have to do with the right trigger, we have to tune in so that the thing goes blue, and then once it does that, like so, then we can zoom in. Now, this is kind of a bit complicated. I find it quite complicated compared to the old one. And then we can zoom in, and then it will do a scan of the planet. Oh, that is a... Oh. I actually did that wrong there. I should have pressed that. Did that. Yeah, I actually did that wrong. So we can go to each one of these things, and then what we've got to do, we've got to use the left thing to tune this in, and it's usually, see, this is a planet there. When it goes white like that, then we can zoom in, and then we can zoom out and move towards the next area here, and we've got to tune these things in. It's a little bit complicated, I find. Alright, so now it will show us what resources are available on that planet. Okay, so this is all a bit complicated stuff. But it means you can do the whole lot in one go, whereas before you had to go to each planet or signal in turn and manually do it. But I'm not going to worry about that now, because that's a little bit complicated. That's one of the features of the game which is a little bit complicated, and they kind of overcomplicated it really. Now if we go down here, we need to find that station that we're going to, which is this one here. Okay, so that's the one that we're going to. We can lock and engage the hyperdrive. We've locked the location, which is, see that little white blue dot there. Okay, that's where we're heading, I do believe. Let me just check that. So we're going into the system map. Just check this is the right one. Yeah, we need to be on there. So I think I actually did that wrong. I'm making a bit of a, as I usually do, I'm messing this up. But this is where we're going. Because we haven't explored it yet, it's not coming up. But when we approach it, I'm going to put full power into the engines here so we get there a little bit quicker. And I'm going to do this manually. Now normally it will slow down to a nice steady speed so you don't fly past it. So I'm going to do it manually. And I won't do the game too much longer. We may get somebody try and shoot us down, and I may get destroyed. You never know. But I've got fairly decent weapons, so depending on how good the enemy is, I might be okay. If I get in trouble, I'll try and get away. I tend to go when I'm flying, because it takes a little while to get to these places, because they're modelled on the real universe. Although we are travelling at light, some kind of light speed or sub-light speed. So yeah, we've got lovely effects in the background there. And we can still do all this stuff. Look at that. You know, we can go into the hollow me thingy, all that kind of stuff. So we can still go to the hollow deck and look at myself, you know. But I can also do this, which means we can look at the ship front, back, below. We can look inside our cabin, okay. And if we press right stick, we can zoom in and out, right? And I can also look around like that, a certain amount. So we can zoom in and out, alter the focus, all this kind of stuff, okay. If I click it and go back, we can go to kind of more frontal view. Again, if we click the right mouse, we can look forward. Okay, and then we can click it again to go back, and I can go to there. And again, we can zoom in and out and look at these panels. I mean, there's a little bit of a, you know, we can press A to click between the focus mode, so we can turn that so that it's more in focus. So we've got all these kind of special things that we can do. Alright, and then I click it again, and I can click to the next screen. So we can look at all this stuff. This is the co-pilot, which is below. Okay, and this is the front, and that's back. And if we want to press it back, we press B and the right D-pad to go back. But we can do all that kind of stuff while we're messing about. And we can also move the camera, by the way. So while we're in this mode, okay, not only can we do that, but if we right-click it, we can actually rotate around and look at our ship. We won't see the information come up on there. As you can see, we can look all the way around our ship. There we are in the front, so we are actually there. And I'm going to click back again. So if we want to explore this planet from a distance, we have to slow right down, hold Y and press FSD mode. It will tell you you've got to throttle down before I can use it. Okay. If I press this one, I think it does the... I think it's this discovery thing, I can't remember now. But we have to switch to the correct mode to do that. I do believe, I know, I can't remember. But we can switch between cockpit mode and that just by pressing Y. So it does take a little while, unfortunately. That's the only trouble with Elite Dangerous. It doesn't kind of speed it up. I wish it would speed it up a little bit more. But, yeah. So we're heading to Marquis Survey. So that's where we should be heading. If we're not, we're in kind of serious trouble. But it's not actually going to tell us yet, is it? So we don't really know. There it is. Right, so we are heading there. Okay. By the way, these circles and things and orbit lines that you see in here, we can also turn those off. So if you don't like those things that show orbit lines and all this kind of stuff, where are we? We can also turn that off as well. Where is it? All that tells you information about the ship, by the way. Yeah, we can retract. This is night vision as well, if you want to do night vision. You can also self-destruct. If you want to blow yourself up, you've had enough, you just want to blow yourself up, you can also do that if you want. Oh, actually, it is still on auto throttle, I notice. I'm going to turn auto throttle off. So that we're doing this manually. This will make it a little bit tricky. If I, let's see, if I press left. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get this right. We can flick between the ships that are heading our way. So we can switch between targets by holding A. We can flick between targets, and if we push right on the D-pad, it goes back to the planet that we're heading for. And there's somebody coming in on our radar, coming up behind us. So we're the triangle in the middle of the radar, and these are ships behind us. Can't see a full 360, but by the way, this is the view sort of in normal mode on a Xbox One X. Okay, I gotta watch the time there. Let me increase the graphics here and adjust it to high performance. Oh, I've actually got it on quality setting. So I've got it on. I'm going to put it on 4K. Okay. We should increase the resolution of it. Right, we have to take this very carefully now, because the trick is when you get to about 10 seconds to this object, and as you can see, it does take a while to get there. And I'm at full speed here, so you could go and make a cup of coffee really while you're waiting. That's one of my flaws of the game. I wish they would speed this up a little bit. I know they want you to scan stuff and all this kind of stuff in the background. And by the way, there's a like convoy up there. There are little targets that are marked. So you can sort of do that. An explored planet or something there. So yeah, that's my only criticism of the game, is I wish they would make this faster and be like a whoomp, we're there, you know. But I think it's because they want you to do other things while this is happening. I mean, so they may come in and attack. But to me, they could cut this time in half, because this is a long time to wait, isn't it? And that's my only gripe with the game, really. So we'll try and get as fast as we can. I'll tell you what, I will engage the where are we? The Super Cruiser quiz. In fact, because you know, I might get it wrong otherwise. But the idea is when you get about 9 or 10 seconds, is to move that speed down into the blue area, quick as you can, into the center of the blue area. Then it will slow down at a speed enough that you don't go flying past the object, and so you've got to turn around and go back again. Whereas this auto assist thing will do the auto throttle for you, so it will slow it down automatically for you. So as we're approaching, you'll see the speed gradually coming down. So C is like a fraction of the speed of light. And I do like to be like the line dead center. I find if I'm on that line, so you can approach it like that. But I like to be on the orbit line myself, as my personal preference, so that I can sort of, you know, center it with the center of my radar panel. So it makes it quite nice and easy for me to do it that way. Whereas the other way, I've got to guess it a bit. So we're going towards this unexplored station. And yeah, I could scan it all, but it could take like, it takes about like 10 minutes or so. It doesn't take long now. It used to take a lot longer, so they simplified it a little bit, but it's still, this is a kind of simulation game. They are adding a first-person mode next year. It's called Odyssey. It's some DLC where we can be, not only can we land on a planet and look around in our cab, but we could also get out and we can move around on it on foot with weapons, and we can, you know, attack people, and I presume we can get missions as well. So that's going to be something exciting to look out for. I don't play this quite so often now as I used to, but that's mainly because it takes a lot of hours to play this game, because it's not exactly a fast game. Again, we can scan that ship. Look, it's harmless, it's clean, and it tells you what faction they're with. And there's another one. There's one of two there. Okay, you can only scan it while it's in front of you. So if it's behind, we won't be able to get information on it. And if we push right on the D-pad, we go back to our system that we're going for. It should still be, hopefully, heading for this location. So once you've got a little yellow marker there, that means we're heading towards it. Oh, actually, it's not on the... That's on the system, not on the actual station. Where's the station? I think I've lost it now. We're closing in on it rapidly, so let me just make sure I have clicked on it. I think I unclicked it. Yeah, I did. It's there. So those orbit lines, you can turn it off, and I can't remember where it is, but there is somewhere here where you can turn those orbit lines off. There it is, there. So you can have orbit lines off, like so, which means there's no orbit lines. Okay, so you can have that as well if you like. I prefer it on myself because it gives me a better idea of how I'm approaching it. Now if you do that, say I move to the right, you see the orbit line is, we're coming in at an angle, right? Now the docking entrance is always facing towards the planet. So if you enter from that end, you're guaranteed a docking sort of oblong will be there. Just trying to see where it is on here, but it should be on here. Yeah, it's because we haven't explored it. Right, now we've got to start slowing down rapidly, otherwise we'll fly straight past. As long as you slow down enough and that number goes back up or equals out, we're okay. Right, now it's starting to scan as we get closer. It'll reveal what this object is. Okay, so this is the planet here. Right, now just... Yeah, oh, it's that one. Sorry, I got it. Should have been that one. Right, there we are. So let's go a bit quicker. Keep it within the blue line, and it should maintain its speed and not go too fast. We want to keep it stable, or so that it's going up rather than down. If it goes down to about like 4 seconds, we will actually fly straight past. So this is the name of the place on this planet. So we're actually landing on a planet here. That dotted line means it's the other side of the planet, so we have to correct and come to this side of the planet. So I'm just going to rotate around. A green contact there on the radar means it's a friendly. Red one means it's not. We're going to scoot around our planet here, and it will gradually start filling in with detail. It's got a blue line around it. It means it's landable. So I'm going to do this all manually. Okay, the auto dock I think will do it. Although you got to have it so you can see it before the auto dock will work. Otherwise, it would try and smash into the planet probably. And now you'll see a little gauge come up. OC means it will go into orbital cruise mode. So we're at sort of super cruise at the moment, but it will drop the speed down to orbital cruise, which is going to be slower again. And then the drop, DRP means drop. So when we get to about one kilometer, we just want to... I tend to rotate then to this. Okay. It's red because it means we're being affected by gravity. So again, don't go too fast, keep it in that blue area, and notice it's dropping now, and you'll see a little object in the distance there. That is the place we're headed for. And don't fire at space stations or installations, because they will shoot you down pretty sharpish. So don't make that mistake. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Right, we're coming in here. We're coming in hot, as they say. I could go a bit quicker. But, you know, I might be asking to overshoot here. And don't forget, we can only dock within 7.5 kilometers, and we've got a long way to go yet. I can boost, of course. Although, no, I can't, because I'm in Super Cruise. Right, we're dropping out. We're dropping to orbital cruise. This is where we're kind of gliding in a little bit, and it will automatically glide in for you. As long as you keep it pretty much stable in the center there, it will just cut out, usually close enough for you to just land, come in and centralize yourself. Hope you can hear me alright. I mean, sometimes it comes out a little bit quiet. I tend to fade in the distance. Okay, we 7.5 kilometers. Right, the glide is complete, so we're using our sort of aerofoils on our ship. Whew, it's a big word. Okay, we're zooming in, and we're being affected by the gravity now, so things will push us up.
Romeo Alpha Yankee. We hope you enjoy your stay at this terrestrial port, Commander.
So now we've got to sort of fight the atmosphere a little bit, so things will start to drift, like so. So we got to, you know, point our ship in the right direction. So I'm going to go a little bit quicker here, try and speed this up a little bit. I could do boost, but I'll probably fly straight into it and get the wrath of the people. Right. Pre-flight checks complete. Oh, there's somebody heading out there. And you can play this on multiplayer. I'm playing it on single player, which is what I normally do, because I don't like multiplayer. Because people do stupid stuff, like just blow you out of the sky. You know, some poor novice like me will be blown out of the sky purely because they feel like messing around. I don't kind of like that thing. So this is a big round station, which will have several docking areas for landing, as you can see below you there. Let me slow right down. Look at how many docking areas there are in this installation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a lot here. There's what, 16 landing ports here? So I'm going to just slow down a bit, and we're going to go with this right outside to contacts. We're going to go to click on that one and then request docking. Docking bay 21, okay, which is over that way, okay? So I'm just going to... Now you've got to come in from the outer edge of the circle. So we're going to do this manually this time. I can do a little boost if I want, like that, just to speed it up. But you've got to come in from the outside edge inwards, okay? Right, and then we'll start thinking about slowing down now. And I'm just going to go a little bit past, like so. Now we've got to watch our height, of course. Our height is 900 and something meters, so we've got to be a little bit careful. We've got to maintain... Now, turning is a little bit tricky, so I'm going to sort of do it like this. We are... Which one are we?
Scan detected.
It's number 21. Oh, right, we're not there yet. Way over there. I may have gone past it. So yeah, manually. I do quite like the docking, but you gotta be a little bit careful with manual docking. Right, I'm gonna turn the ship slightly to my right, because you can sort of rotate while still going forward like this. And the idea is to kind of line up with it. So it's kind of that way. Not done a very good job of this, so to be honest. So let's go a little bit quicker. So we've got to line ourselves up to come in. And we can go sideways, by the way. You can engage certain controls so that you can come in sideways. I'm going to just push my ship to the left using the thrusters, so that we sort of centralise ourselves a little bit. That's a little bit too much. And we're going to slow down, and then I'm going to pull myself back over to the right. And then we're going to lower ourselves a little bit and try and get the radar screen dead center. Okay, and we're going to just glide in nice and steady, keep it in the center, and then
Attention, no visual on landing gear.
and we're just going to make little manual adjustments. When it gets into the middle, we're just going to slow down and stop. We've got to watch we don't go past it slightly like that, and then okay, once it's there, we can just pull ourselves down on the joystick. On the right joystick, we'll pull down and land nice and gently. I think we're on the right one, aren't we? Oh, I think we have a slight problem. Oh, I haven't got my landing gear up. That's what the problem is. Basic error. Right, we have our landing legs down. We should be able to land now.
Landing gear.
Obviously, you've got to have your landing gear. Sorry about that. I forgot about the landing legs.
Ship is on the ground.
Does help.
Perform.
And while we were doing that, by the way, we could have gone into this mode and, you know, watched ourselves land. And the controls will still work. Alright. But it's not recommended. I would concentrate on the landing. Of course, Autodot will do it for you. But I just thought I'd show you can do it manually. I made a little bit of a pig's ear. Right, go to our mission board. Okay. It will come up with the correct one, so you don't have to select it or anything. It's already there. Okay, so we click on it like that, and then we haven't delivered it yet, so we click right on our D-pad and we just deliver our stuff, and then we press A, and then we complete our mission. Now we choose our reward. We can have that for a real big reputation boost, but a small amount of money. But I'm going to go for the money because I'm a greedy old monkey. There we go. Okay, and then we can just go back. Right, so there's that. Right, now I'm going to launch. Now you might think, why? It's only just the right. Well, I mean, I could have a look around, you know. I'm hoping when we get our space legs on the DLC, we can actually, so I'm going to take off manually here.
You may leave when ready.
And then we're going to go forward. And you notice this is 0, so if we go above, we're obviously going to keep going up. Although we have to fight the atmosphere a little bit. Now we can
Landing gear retracted.
take our landing gear away, and then we can go a bit quicker. And we can press boost. And if we watch our height there, 450, look, 500, 600. We're gradually taking off, okay? I'm going to do a boost. Now I should have landed on the light side of the planet, might have helped.
Control out.
I'm going to go a few kilometers away. We're still mass locked at the minute. Well, we're mass locked by the planet actually. And then I'm going to glide towards the surface. Now, this is where night mode comes in. So, we can adjust the brightness of our thingy as well. Now we can go to night vision mode. Okay. So now we've got a nice view in night vision. And then we're going to land on this beautiful planet. So obviously we've got to be a bit careful. Right. We're just going to reduce our speed right down like this. Bring it to 0. Okay. And then we're going to use our right stick to just land. Now we just do it nice and carefully. Make sure our landing gear is deployed. So if we check our landing gear, a little blue light has come up. So you just hold
Landing gear
do
deployed.
down or okay, and then we can it will now give us this little interface. It says, right, we've got to move down and we've got to rotate it in that direction, and we've got to be up. It's trying to level us off with the planet. Okay, our alignment now is okay, so that when we should be able to land on the legs and we should be flat. If there's any deviation, it will tell you, and you've got to say go down. And that, when it's nice and blue, you're okay. If it's not, you've got to realign it. We've got to keep doing this, gradually come down. Nice and gently. Just make little adjustments. So this is to make sure that we land flat, because obviously it will not work if we're slightly out. Okay? And you will not be able to land because you'll ship a tip over or something. Okay? I think. There we go. And then we press and hold. There we go. Ship is secured. Hold that to launch. So if we want to launch, we just push up on our stick and we will automatically launch. But what I'm going to do is press X. I'm going to go to our roll panel. Okay, and I can get into the SRV. And we can deploy it. So we will just do it. It's a short loading screen. Okay, and then we've gone into the lower part of the thing and the thing will unpack itself. Lights will come on. And we can move forward. Now I think... Then we can just push forward. Now I think this is not set on to automatic control. So let me just check. We go into controls. And I check the... Where are we? I think it's the driving one. Because I like to have it the auto one, which is, so it's the driving, I think it's driving throttle, is it? No, wrong one. Oh. Excuse me, I'll just do that again. Right, hang on. I'm pretty sure it's the driving throttle. We click on that, and then it's SRV throttle. I think it's continuous. Oh no, it's not that one. It's that's accelerate, decelerate. I think there is a mode to. So it's automatic. Where is it? Got to find the right one now. Oh, let me cancel that. Cancel. I think what that does is there's one where it sort of does it slowly. Like as you press it, it holds that position. I can't remember which one it is now. Oh, I don't know. We just have to do it manually then. But what it does is we've got to like manually keep the thruster going. And I'm going to sort of do it on that. So as we, the more we hold the trigger, the faster we'll go. And we can also do this look outside mode as well. So we can do this, look at all the different positions like that. Okay. So we can get in this mode, right click, and then we can just look around. So we can see and we can rotate using the RB. So we can look around our craft, and we can just still drive while we're doing this. If I click it back, I can still drive whilst being in this mode. So it's quite good. We have weapons as well. Which I tell you what, they keep altering the bindings on this game. Is where they do tend to alter the bindings for the weapons and stuff, which I don't particularly like that much. So every time they do an update, it seems to alter my bindings again, because normally I've got this set on automatic, so when I push forward it will maintain that speed. Oh, there it is at the top, auto assist. How do I turn auto assist on? It's one of the... Oh, hang on. No, that's not it. I can't remember. And yeah, we can just wander around the planet. Now, when this new mode comes along where we can, walk around on planets, obviously it's going to be even cooler. What's our lights? We can adjust the lights so that we have, even brighter lights, of course. And obviously we can fly at terrific speed and do stuff like that, and we can, I can't remember, there's one where we can boost up into the air and all this kind of stuff. This is combat mode, where as we're driving along we can like fire our weapons like this. So we can do all that stuff. We have a scanner there, and if we turn, we can scan. You know, you'll see like a little radar blip come up. Okay, like that. So we can head towards this, and it's a bit complicated. I find it's a little bit complicated, some of the stuff in this game for like a novice. And that is our ship there. And as you can see, it's a very large blip. So we head back to our ship, and we can see, this is why they keep changing the controls. Oh, I see, that's the handbrake. Right, okay. I can never remember what the things are. Let's go back to our ship. But yeah, we can scan for stuff. So obviously the big blip is our ship, but there are other smaller ones, and if you head towards that, these are minerals that we can pick up. But I'm not going to worry about that, because that could take a little bit of time. So we're going to head back to our ship. Then I'm just going to go and land at a station, and then I'll do for today. Yeah, I can't remember how you turn the auto assist on and off. It seems to be... Right, we're gonna go forward. And then what we will do is put the handbrake on as soon as we're directly underneath it. So try and centralize yourself, and then round about here. It should, if you just go a little bit more, it should come up with board ship. There you go. Once we've done that, then we can push up like so. Where are we? I've got to find the right one now, which is the switch cockpit mode. God knows. Roll panel, there we go. And then when we can click on that and we can transfer the cargo that we've picked up. We can look at the details, or we can dismiss the ship and tell it to go away and come back another time. So we're going to board the ship, and we can look around while all this is happening. You see we go up into this little area here. All the legs fold in, so it's a nice neat package. And then we're just going to go up through into the top section. Very short loading screen. Okay, I'm going to centralize my camera again, and then if we push it up on our D-pad, it will charge up the engines, ready to take off. Then we head up above 0, which means we're going to go up. We're going to take off our landing gear. Okay, so we're now mass locked. We're going to go on to full speed. And then we are going to activate this, click the right button, and then we can look and see ourselves departing from this planet. And of course it was nice daylight, and there's a station in the distance, so we can do all this as well. Plus we still have control of the ship, so if I click it back, I can still rotate this ship and do boost mode and all this kind of stuff. See, there's our thrusters, whilst we're still in this outside camera. So it's rather cool. And you can adjust the camera just by right clicking and switching between those two modes. Okay, with a right click we can switch to all different modes. And then we can exit back into this. And we go into Super Cruise, we press Y. That will charge up our frame shift drive, or FSD.
3, 2, 1, engage.
And now we're going at Super Cruise speed. Now we're going to look into the galaxy map here, and we're going to, yeah, I notice also this is inverted. I tend to have it the opposite way. We could go, say, to... Let's try... Although I don't want to go far. In fact, we'll just fly. Just fly around. So it's a quick look at Elite Dangerous. I will actually just land it, and then we'll finish with the land. Okay. So where's the station? Now we can click across the tabs here. We can find the local stations. So if we click here, there's one over there, and there's one over there. Right? Those are the nearest one. These are landfall planets. It probably won't tell us the stations. Oh, it does. If I click on that, say, it will take us to that particular one, and we can move here, select it, or do an auto route. Okay, and then we can head towards that planet, which is a different one. And it's going to take a while to get there. I wonder if I can find one that's a little bit closer. That's the only trouble with this game, is it does take a long time to get to certain places. That's the only trouble. So let me go to that, see if I can find a closer one. Yeah, I don't think there is really. I think that's the closest. It takes 17 days, that's not too long. Have I got this auto cruise thing on? Tell you what, let's do auto dock this time, shall we? Although I haven't done an auto. I'll put the auto launch on, but the auto dock, yeah, I don't think I've done that. Did I do it manually? I can't remember. I'll tell you what, we'll do auto, because I think I did it manually last time. No, oh no, that was taken off, wasn't it? Let's do it, right. As we get close, we've got to be a bit careful. I'll just check we are heading to the land base here. Which is the one we're pointing at now? Yes, this one here. So it's going to be this one here, I imagine. Now if I slow down, I could identify that planet and where we're headed, whatever. And normally it's at the end there. A lot of them are signals like this, encoded signals. We don't want to worry about the signals. And we just got to adjust this so that it's a complete circle like that. So these are all like, we really want the sort of planets, to be honest. Like that. Yeah, it's all a bit complicated. I find it's all a little bit too complicated now than it used to be. Because you know, you got to do all this stuff. I mean, it's quicker in that you don't have to go to the, you know, you can scan them all in one go now. But it still takes a fair amount of time to do all this stuff. That's the trouble. And I'm not exactly mad on wasting time doing all these things. So it does take a little bit too long. I wish they'd have a mode where it would kind of simplify this stuff or make it a bit quicker to get there, because this takes far too long in my opinion. What's that there? Oh, this is that was that docking thing that we were doing earlier. Unfortunately, I picked a planet which is a long way away. Sorry about that. is on auto throttle, so, and hyperspace dethrottle is on. Yeah, and all that means is it will slow us down automatically. Hopefully this won't take too long. Sorry. But yeah, that's my only complaint about this game. This is what kind of puts me off it. You know, if you want a quick, fast experience, then there are other games out there where whoosh, you're there in like 2 seconds. But this game is more simulation. It can be a little bit sluggish. I mean, what do you do while you're waiting? I mean, I don't want you to wait a quarter of an hour for me to go and dock. For goodness sake. But, you know, that's the way it is, unfortunately. Can I scan that from here? Could do that, actually. This will sort of... See, the only trouble is with this is it does slow you down a little bit. So I think I'll turn that off. And turn that auto assist off. Because I can go faster if I ignore that. I just got watching it go flying past, of course. It's coming down fairly rapidly. And again, we can look at all this stuff. And yeah, it's in pretty good detail, this whole this game is pretty highly detailed. So that's pretty good detail, really, isn't it? And in VR, I can actually get out of the seat there and sort of move my position in the game and then reset it. And I can actually look behind and I can see the little ladder leading down below. So this is all ready, obviously, for the first-person mode that we're going to be getting at some point, sometime next year. So I'll be getting that one probably. That will add a lot more excitement to the game. Be able to do multiplayer combat if you're on multiplayer, and if you're on single player, you can have NPCs that you can shoot at. So that'll be good fun. I hope you can pick up stuff and transfer it to your SRV and all this kind of good stuff. Sounds good. So I'll be definitely buying that. They had, I think, a 10-year plan for this game, and so far it's still going. It's been about 5 years or so now since the game first came out. I was sort of on beta and alpha and beta. I got it on beta when it was just barely one system with just a few planets in it to explore, and it's gradually evolved into this massive simulation. But we're coming at high speed, so don't be surprised if I go flying past. I won't do auto dock, I'll land it myself. Oh, all this pre-flight check, this is before you can take off. You can actually have pre-flight checks on, which means you've got to press this button, this button, this button before you can take off. That's generally off. But you can turn it on if you want that every time. This is just increases the brightness of the display on the screen here, so you can adjust that. There's also a blindness mode as well, I think. You know, if you don't want it if you're like that, you can have a clock or not a clock. So there's all kinds of stuff like that. And I think it does stay in the position where you left it. Yeah. So if I move it up to there, it will stay in that position. So when next time you go back, it'll still be there. So you can just quickly go and adjust it. Yeah, this is the bit of the game I don't like, is this quarter of an hour. And this is one that's not too far away. And I've been to some where it's been half an hour before I've got there. I've made a cup of tea, I put my tea on, and I've started, and I'm practically eating it before we get to the destination. To me, that is way too long for this game, and I wish that one side of the game would be dramatically cut, this travelling time. If you want it to get there quick, you should be able to, I think. They could cut this by a half, at least, to make this... Yeah, otherwise I'd be playing this game a lot more if there wasn't such this long wait all the time to get to us to certain planets that are on the sort of outer edges. It takes forever and you know, it's the only downside of the game really, which is why I don't play it all the time. I only play it now and again. It's because it just takes me too long to do all this stuff. I still haven't got there yet. How long have we taken? 10 minutes? And I'm going as fast as I possibly can here on manual mode, so I'd have put the, you know, the auto throttle one on, you know, the de-throttle thing. Oh, that's it. Is it got the de-throttle on? I'm going to turn that one off. And Super Cruise Assist, also going to turn that off. I'm going to turn them all off. Let's go crazy, eh? And auto dock is off. So yeah, we're just going to go in manually here, like a mad fool, and see if we can survive. Lovely day though, isn't it? Lovely clear night. But then it always is. We can look at our little bobbleheads while we're looking at it. Yeah, I want to. In fact, let's look at these in close up. Let's switch to inside the ship mode, like so, and let's have a little. Let's have a little zoom in here. All right, the focus is. Let's change the focus mode so that. Hang on, let's increase the focus so that. Oh god, even this is slow. It's like I don't want blur at the moment because I want to see me up a little bubbles. Right, there we go. Right, let's get the focus right up. Press it again. We got the zoom. So, and I got to watch that thing by the way. And then we can zoom in. You can see my little planets and things, and little bobbleheads. And this is all in 3D, by the way. You know, these highlighted panels are exactly in 3D. They're sort of floating in space almost. But yeah, we can zoom in and out a little bit like this, and have a little look while we're doing it. Try and do even more. Yeah, I wish even this would go quicker. It does get quicker as you do it, by the way. So. It's not that bad. Anyway, we'll go back to this mode, otherwise we'll go flying past. It still hasn't said it's explored it yet. Still hasn't come in that, well, you know, I can't bother to put the scanner on. Where is my, yeah, see, you can't even... I just wish we could do this manually, where we scan all the planets all in one go. I mean, this FSD is okay, but to me, it's too long-winded for my, you know, for my liking. You know, they all have a simplify mode for us dummies. You don't want to spend a quarter of an hour doing all this stuff. We just want to get on and play the game. So they should have like an arcade mode, I think. So that people who want to just get on with the game and get stuff done in a limited amount of time. Say we just want to play it for a couple of hours, you know, we can not bother with all this complicated stuff. To me, that's the side of the game I wish they would improve on. Is speed these journeys up. You know, it's all right having this scanner which can scan the whole lot in one go, but it still takes you a quarter of an hour to go and scan them all. And scan all the signals. Well, maybe not quarter of an hour, but maybe 5 or 10 minutes at the outside. Probably 5 minutes, but it's still, you know, 5 minutes where you could be attacked at any time. You know, you can smash into a planet. Well, I mean, although I think you've got to be down to 0 throttle before that will happen anyway. Right, we're getting very close now. So I'm sorry this has taken a quarter of an hour to get here. There's nothing I can do about it, I'm afraid. I'm flying at maximum speed. On manual. Now comes the tricky bit. So far no enemies, which is quite nice. I've only bought like a couple of things on the microtransactions. They're not too expensive on Frontier. At least they're not, you know, a greedy company. You know, there are certain things where you could pay a little bit of money, but most of the things like, you know, paints and things are only a few quid, you know. And you do get a selection. You don't just get one colour. I think you do get different colours of that particular type. So it's kind of a pack of 5 or something. God, this takes a while, doesn't it? Sorry everyone, I'll try and cut this bit out, shall I? Sorry about that. Yeah, 1 hour 50 minutes. This is probably the last 20 minutes just getting to this bit, this planet. Yeah, rather unfortunate. I wonder why it's not showing it on my app here. It's actually showing that the live video thing. Oh, there it is. Right, now I've got a thing with the chat up. Okay, there, I just clicked on the wrong one. Oh, by the way, let me tell you, I've got it to switch off and go dim after about 1 minute. I'm trying to save the LCD screen, of course. Alright, we're getting there. When we get down about 10 seconds, we have to immediately go down into the blue area. Otherwise, we'll fly past this beast. I'll show you my skills in how to fly to these planets, slow down and dock, all in manual. I think I got all in manual. Let me just double check. Yeah, everything's off. Auto launch. Well, I got auto launch on, but that's just auto launch. We got no super cruise assist. This is all manual, and I'm obviously not going to go into complete manual with the thrusters and everything, because that is even far too difficult for even a chap like me. I'm not a total expert. I'm just good at what I could do, and that's it. Right, we're getting there. We're now 111 minutes. 111. And there's 1 viewer, so we've got all the ones now. So all I can do now is tell jokes. Crack jokes. The next 15 minutes while we approach this thing. Now, I sometimes like that, as I'm approaching, I tend to like turn to the right, and if that orbit line is getting thicker or thinner, I can tell. Now if it's getting thinner, so if I go this way, say, is it getting thinner or wider? It's getting wider, which is what I want. If it's going the other way and getting thinner, and if I push to the right too much, it will rotate. See, it's getting a little bit narrower. I like to come in on this side. This is my manual method. And is it a space station or it's a land-based planet, isn't it? So we're approaching our planet now. When we get closer, I presume it will say what it is. Because I can't bother to get the scanner out, to be honest. And I do like the orbit lines on. It is quite fun to have those on. It does make it, you can sort of plan. I want to be facing. Right now, I've got to think about slowing down, because as you can see, we want to get to a nice steady speed here, and we don't want it to go in under 8 or 7 seconds. If it's getting too much, we'll have to slow down. We want to keep that consistent. And see, we're facing the planet, so I'm going to come in like this. Right, we've also now discovered this planet. Wish I could do that like half an hour ago. So you will, when you get close, discover it automatically, which is quite nice. But yeah, stay within about, once it gets to 7 seconds, you need to be in the middle of that blue area on your throttle. Otherwise, you will get pulled in. You will go straight past the planet. So I usually go to about 7 seconds and then zip down to about the middle of the blue section, and that will centralize it off. And we're going to land on the dark side, of course. It's always got to be on the dark side, hasn't it? Why can't it be on the light side? So, and the blue ring means we are we can land on this planet because we have the Horizons DLC, and you'll see it's going to go into orbital cruise now. And we are coming in a bit steep, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn to my left. I'm going to slow down a bit here.
Hull integrity compromised.
Ooh, I came in at a bit too steep an angle there. So I may take a bit of damage here. Sorry about that. Right, we're going to rotate around. Yeah, I kind of messed it up a little bit. I came a little bit too hot there. Too steep an angle. I was trying to like counteract that a bit, but it got to the orbital, you know, the drop thing before I was ready there. I should have come in less hot than that. And we can go into night mode now, probably a good idea. Where's night mode? Let's go into night mode. Night vision mode. Not really helping much. I think it does when you get to a certain distance. So when we get to 7.5 kilometers, we can then request docking.
Denied.
Oh, sorry, we're at 72. Right, let's jack this up a little bit. Yeah, I kind of messed it up. I'm usually a little bit better than this. I usually don't come in at quite so steep an angle, so therefore I get that lovely glide assist to come in, but because I didn't get the glide assist, I kind of messed it up, so it's going to take a little bit longer. I'm going to do multiple boosts with this because I've got the highest level FSD on this. What planet? What ship have I got? I've forgotten now. Asp. So now I've got to, you know, take a long time to get there. So I've elongated. This should have been like a few seconds glide, and I kind of messed it up there. So we're gonna have to boost our way like a crazy lunatic for a minute. So sorry about that. I apologise. This is what happens if you fly manually. You make tragic mistakes like that. And on the left-hand side there, just to the left of planet Earth thingy there. Oh, that blue thing on the map means there's something of interest below us, but it's just going out of our range now. Have I actually got the night mode on? Doesn't seem to be actually showing very well at the moment, although it's probably because we're not low enough yet. Oh, goodness me, am I actually... For a minute there, I thought I was suddenly hitting the planet. So luckily I wasn't. Just I saw that line of the night vision mode come in, and for a minute I thought I was dropping rapidly. Come on, goodness sake! Yeah, it's within a certain reach the night mode comes in. So sorry about this. I mean, night mode is okay, but before it used to kind of, you know, you got the... It kind of equalised the brightness a bit, so you didn't need night mode. So I kind of can't see why they've got this night mode. I suppose it makes more sense because on a dark planet, obviously it'd be so dark you wouldn't be able to see. But so I can see why they've done it, but it kind of makes it less easy to see stuff, to be honest. But still. Never mind, I'm not going to complain about it because I think a lot of people like it. And I do kind of like it, but I also like the way it was. Hello, can I just like to land, please? If I just when I get 7.5 kilometers, I will ask for docking permission. Now that orange highlighted one is not ours. And then we'll do some precise manoeuvring. Although, when I say precise manoeuvring, I'm probably exaggerating there. Because it's probably nothing like that. So we're going to request docking. We are now down to 7.5. And then I've got to think about rapidly slowing down.
To landing pad 05.
Now, which one of those is 05? I've no idea! No idea whatsoever. So, because, you know, if all the others are not being used and then suddenly I've got a feeling it's over there. You know, sometimes none of them are being used and then you put yours on and then yours gets highlighted, so it's dead easy. Right, I'm going to head that way. I've got to come in from that outside edge, I do believe. Because you notice it's on the left-hand side of the quadrangle, so we got to come in from the opposite end of where that number is. You see, it's although actually Is that the correct end? Oh, I can't remember. So I'm going to start rotating my ship now, I think. How do I do the alternate controls where I can... Yeah, that's the one. Now, I've got to watch my height here. But I'm going to turn myself around. I've got to try not to... I tend to decrease my speed sometimes when... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Getting a little bit low here. So, yeah, the only trouble is, with this low roll thing, it does take a while to turn. That's the only downside. So I'm just going to reduce, and then we're going to thrust sideways. I think I've got the wrong mode on. So let's, yeah, do the sideways mode. If you left click the left joystick, it will give you... Oh, I did come in from the wrong side. Didn't I?
Caution,
Right, I need landing gear on, so we'll put that on. I do believe I did come in from the wrong side, didn't I? Or did
Landing
I?
gear deployed.
No, it should be right, actually. We'll soon find out. I mean, what do I know? I don't know how to fly. Soon find out because the ship would be facing the wrong way. No, we're coming in fine. And we got to watch we don't hit those things below us.
Descend to flight level 50.
So we just got to line ourselves up with that line there. Just come down a fraction. Like so. Pull up a little bit. And then we're going to start slowing down. Like so. And then I can switch to this mode. Okay, and press this. And we can have a little look around like this. Press that. There's all kind of beautiful things you can do with this game. And then we can re-click it again. And then we can just pull ourselves down to the ground or go back up. While still in this outside mode. Which is rather cool, I think. And then sort of when you're just above it, it sort of does a little gentle rock and just goes slightly through the paintwork there.
Deploying ground services.
There we go. And then we're going to go down to the hangar. Of course, and we're just going to hang around in the hangar for a bit. So I'm sorry about that 10 or 15 minute. Oh look, we're inside a kind of, yeah, we kind of got some rock around us this time. We're kind of rocking around the clock tonight. Now, we can put the ship's lights on. That'll give us a better view underneath. And then the old thingy. So this is where we're stored, and there are several of these, you know, storage areas in here. Where so we'll be moved to one of these storage slots. Now, what I like doing when I'm in here is this. It's getting into this outside mode thing, okay? We can go, and I like looking around at the actual station, because it kind of gives me a flavour of what it's going to be like when we get first person. So I kind of like to move along here and just have a little look around. And I've been looking, every time they do an update, I have a look to see if they've enabled doorways yet. And I've noticed that they haven't yet. Because you notice when you get very close to these doors, they kind of don't look like doors. They look like they're just a little shimmering object, which means they haven't been enabled yet. But there is like ladders and things going up. Okay. I'm trying to think where we actually go here to get out. Because they're all a little bit different. So I do like that. I mean, there's a certain restrictions on this, how far I can go, but I imagine it's that one there. So yeah, these are the kind of doorways in and out. So I imagine at some point, look, this is where we're going to be going out. Okay, and there's sort of doors up there as well. Now I can't go in too far, but they do tend to be shimmering. But as you can see, it looks like the actual detail is there ready for the first person mode. So I'm presuming we are going to be able to walk around the ships. I mean, we may not. It may come with a later update, but I do hope eventually it does come where we can walk around. I mean, alright, it may wear off after a bit, but we still like the ability to be able to do that. So I do sometimes have a little look around, see if they've kind of set things up so that we can start walking out of these places. So it's very interesting to do that and have a little look around your ship. And your ship is huge, by the way. If you think these things are not that big, if we look in on our character here, we're gonna just deaden those lights a bit, although I can't really now. because but yeah, as you can see, we are tiny compared to this huge, I nearly said monstrosity, this huge ship. So we are a tiny dot in there. Well, not dot, slightly. And I don't know if I can get in close enough, but if I press that one and do the zoom in, there is actually a ladder going down the side here from the upper deck. So I am imagining, and they have said in the past that one of the things they would like to put in is walking around on ships and things. So there is a ladder leading down from that top bay. So it does look like this stuff is enabled. Well, might get enabled at some point. I'm certainly hoping so. And we can go through that back door and get out, and down through into the loading bay and all this kind of stuff. That'd be really cool, I think. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. We're back at the station, and as I say, we can do missions and all kinds of stuff. Our stock is full, but look, we can repair our ship that was slightly damaged when I scuffed the. We can also fill up, and we can do that now without having to go to Starport Services. So that's a nice little addition to the game that they've made. Whereas before we would have had to go to Starport Services, wait for it to load, and then do this. But now they put that conveniently on the front table. This is our outfitting. This is our maintenance remote thingy. This is the specialist workshop things, and we can press on this, and we can research better. I've got a faster FSD boot sequence on, but we will need selenium to be able to do that. And you can get these now from traders, which makes it a bit easier than what it used to be, because you had to actually find the stuff on the planet. So I'm glad they brought that in. So they are, trying to make this game a little bit better for people to, so they are making some, advances which are nice. But there are also other ones that which I think they could do even better. Okay, but that's just my opinion. Most people who play this game and are die-hard Elite Dangerous fans, they absolutely love all these features. So I'm not going to argue with them. So I hope you enjoyed that, everyone. A couple of hour look at Elite Dangerous. May not be your normal thing you like watching because you normally like Ark, but that's a quick look at that. A quick look at that new training mission. A bit of flying around, a little bit flying, switching between systems. I just wish I could have done. Now, obviously, if you want to buy stuff, you can go to that one, but we're not going to buy stuff. And I'll see you all next time. And I guess what? I'll do my usual saying. Bye, everybody, and guess what? I'll see you later. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Bye. And I will whack this up on YouTube. Bye for now, as well as Twitch. Bye for now. Bye.